Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of Heavy Water 77, man. The all things everything Styx channel, man. Joe, how you doing? That's my partner, Joe. You know us by now if you've been watching. So, how you doing, bro?
Doing good. We'll see once we get finished talking about this interesting topic, but doing good so far.
All right. And we have our second guest ever on Heavy Water 77. We have my partner from Freeform, BS, and just about everything else in the world, Marc Alden Taylor. How you doing, dude?
I'm doing lovely. 10 in the morning, having some whiskey, doing an album
Yeah,
that, well, and video we'll talk about, and maybe I need a drink.
yeah. Anyway, his Dodgers are going to the World Series. Congratulations to him for that.
Yeah, but that one
Yeah.
stat I told you about scares the fuck out of me.
My Florida Panthers in hockey are sneaking up the league at the moment, but it's early in
Teams
the
are
season, so
sucking.
hopefully that'll change. But anyway, we're going to be talking about, we all showed our copies before. Styx's first live album and DVD or concert video. I guess VHS was first, huh? And beta. Somebody on Styx World said they had the beta version of this concert. That's kind of interesting. Um, yeah, not to give too much. I don't want to spoil it at the moment right now, but Joseph,
Yeah,
got some info on behind this album real quick.
yeah. Not too much, just because this album really didn't do much. So it was released on April 2nd, 1984. Was recorded an entire year earlier, from April 9th to April 10th, 1983, live in New Orleans, Louisiana. Um, But there was also one song that was recorded in the studio in January of 1984, which boy will we get to. Um, the
Yeah,
album
Mark's
was
got it.
really
Mark's got it right there. And beam me up, Scotty, please.
uh-huh. um, but this album was released to very little fanfare. We talked about how pretty much every Styx album for the last 7 or 8 years at this point had done very well, charted high, got certified. And then we talked about last week about how Kilroy Was Here was a bit of a letdown commercially for them. This album, even more so. This album charted at number 31 on the US Billboard album charts. And that's it. Didn't get certified, didn't go gold, didn't go platinum, didn't do anything. This album practically just exists. It didn't really do much of anything sales wise or commercially or critically. I mean, it's hard to find many reviews of this album. This album kind of went under the radar. So I think the legacy of this album is a lot more interesting than the actual album release itself, because the album, like I said, didn't do very much when it was first released. But then they did release the VHS, now on DVD, of the concert as well, which I think if it was just the album, I don't think this would have nearly the infamy that it has. But they put the video out, and that is, I think, what really caused people to talk about this. And so that's what I'm definitely interested to talk about here today.
Right. Let's talk about the video first. Why don't we? Mark, you've been watching that a couple of times, man. What do you think about the movie part of that? The
Yeah,
acting jobs.
I remember, I remember renting this at Warehouse music and tapes back in the day, and I go, back then I thought it was cool. Look, they're acting on stage. Look, this is fucking cool. And now that I got older, I go, God damn, can they just cut out the acting and just play live? This is like, you think of a cheesy movie. You think of the cheesiest movie you ever seen. Even the cheesiest movies that you like. This isn't in there. This is way beyond cheesy. The acting is fucking horrible. I just God damn, it's just so bad. Tommy is the worst. And so is fucking JY with his
Damone.
dancing. His
Yeah.
dance. Damone's there.
Damone.
Yeah,
You
Damone.
got Mike Damone.
Mike Damone's there. I feel sorry for him. That's probably what hurt his career after doing the Sticks. But nobody wanted him after watching this. But poor Mike. He's got to go back to selling his concert tickets, I guess. Well, not the
Yeah, I guess
Sticks.
so. So, I mean, what did you think about the concept of the story, though? I mean, you said it was cheesy. I mean, the acting was cheesy, but what did you think about the story in general?
The story was great in concept, but they didn't
Right.
pull it off because it was cheesy dialogue. It's like you could have, Dennis, you could have had a movie guy write it a little better. it wasn't flushed out. It was just like you're calling some guy Dr. Righteous, which is cheesy as fuck, for one thing. You got the band up there acting with, and then they start singing, and the band is like the Wizard of Oz behind the curtain sometimes, and I go, second, are they playing tapes or are they fucking?
Yes.
They're playing tapes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, and Tommy complains.
And any time that it's just Dennis and Tommy on stage, it's a tape.
Yeah.
Oh my, well, JY was up there with a tape too.
Oh yeah.
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 So I'm like,
Yeah,
going,
correct.
this is not. I feel sorry for the audience who paid to see this crap. When they play live as a band, it's fucking amazing, doing Renegade and stuff like that. But I only like 2 songs off this album. And the rest of them fucking suck.
Yeah.
Cold War. Oh my god. Don't get me started on that one.
All right, Joe, what do you got?
Yeah, just the movie part at the beginning. From the get-go, the first thing you hear, his name is Robert Orrin Charles Kilroy. Get it? It spells rock.
Yeah. Holy shit, I never knew that.
I didn't either.
And we're just going downhill from there, folks. Oh,
I need another drink.
I tell you what, you're never too old to learn something. I never fucking knew that. Dude.
Yeah, his name spells rock.
It does.
What a concept. And then just Dennis DeYoung staring into the distance when they sentence him to life in prison. And then here's the most unrealistic part of the entire thing. There's no way that whenever this was set, that all of the teenagers of the world would be protesting against rock music. That's the most unrealistic part of the whole thing.
Right.
That somehow all these teenagers are burning rock albums. That's the most unrealistic part of it. They act like it. Trust me, in the 80s, you guys both lived through it. It wasn't the teenagers that were trying to bring down rock and roll music. It was Tipper Gore and her housewives.
Well,
that's who it was.
Well, they had disco burning.
Yes, but that was a different thing. That was just disco's not cool, so we're going to burn it.
Yeah,
that was rock fans burning disco records. Yeah. They act like all of a sudden there's going to be a bunch of teenagers in white button-up shirts claiming that rock and roll is evil.
Well,
it sounds like
the Mormons,
white ladies. Just the whole thing, and then of course you get Tommy and his acting. You can't stop the music, you bastards! Oh my god, Tommy. God love you. He didn't want to be there.
He did not want to do that.
He did
Absolutely
not want to be there.
None of them wanted to do that.
Oh, one of them did.
I think Chuck wanted to do it.
Dennis wanted to do it every second of the day. And
I think Chuck enjoyed the dancing part. Not to be offensive, but it looked like he really was having fun. Good for him.
And then in the video itself, you can see that John was having some fun with the riot scene in the prison. But in general, the video itself is just stupid. And then it comes in and it transitions over to Dennis unmasking himself on stage, and you begin the grand opera.
Well, he's like,
I know.
He's like overacting. Like, should I take the mask off? Should I keep it on? Should I take the mask off? Should I keep it on? I'm like,
Dennis
what is that?
In his element. He was playing Shakespeare on that stage, man. He was just the duality of man. Should I take the mask on, or he's fighting his inner robot.
All right, yeah. Before I say anything, I just want to say Dennis. I agree with what JY said. Dennis was great for the band the first 10 years. I agree with that, but afterwards, he took him in the wrong direction, in my opinion. He had a vision, and unfortunately, I mean, to his credit, songs like "Babe" and "Lady" made them money, so. That's the good part about it. But man, I mean, he wanted to keep doing concept album after concept album. Just the band was like having none of this. JY and Tom was like, look, we're tired of this. We want to do a fucking rock album, and unfortunately it took what, 16 years later before they actually do an album again together. But what do I think about the video? Oh, wow. Look. The racist robots. I mean, they weren't racist, but the fact that, they're bowing, they're talking with the Japanese
the
fucking
robots
accents.
Have slanted eyes.
Hey, what about my balls?
Yeah.
Oh,
Kawasaki.
A robot with balls.
Kawasaki.
So it's a robot, but it has balls, and he hurt his balls. And I go, ooh,
Yeah,
what the
yeah.
fuck?
He's looking in that little manual, how not to treat your roboto.
What not? Yeah.
What
Oh,
not
my
to do to your
balls.
roboto, and it just has a big circle around his balls.
Yeah. Enjoy your Dr. Righteous fried chicken for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Man.
The greasy fried chicken.
Greasy fried chicken. And don't forget, hey, Roboto, your mom was a Toyota. That dude that was in prison with them. It's just,
That was John Panazzo.
that was John, really?
Yeah,
I didn't know that. I guess it does kind of look like him, come to think about it now, doesn't it?
it was John Panazzo.
Too bad
Okay,
this
well.
didn't come out in cancel culture. They would have been canceled right
Yeah.
away.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, it was
Those
just
robots, and the fact that they still got away with having the robot that on the front cover of the album with those freaking faces.
Yeah.
yeah, and so they get to the point where they're burning the records, the bonfire, and see Tommy and Damone out there. Hey, this is rock code. Kilroy invented this before rock went underground. It was like, oh, I'm just like, and what Mark said, it was a kid. I thought it was cool. I really did. 'Cause
Oh yeah.
I was
When I bought
young
this
and-
DVD, when I was a kid, I loved it.
but I'm just like sitting in my seat, like, oh,
It didn't age well.
No,
no, not at all.
I'm
And
glad
then
I
they
never
get
bought it.
to, I guess it was the rock music. I guess it was a former Paradise Theater,
Mhm.
was it? Okay,
Yeah.
yeah. And you got the Jimi Hendrix. Hey, baby, this is Jimmy. And
Sex, drug.
a one for the money, the Elvis, and this is our main event here. Stop that filth! Oh, punk! Stop that filth! Oh, pfft. Oh, God.
What about the ending where they just do like a fucking tribute to rock and roll? It's so fucking cheesy. They end the
Oh,
song.
we'll get to that. Don't you
Oh,
worry.
God.
We're still
I
on
would
the very
take
first
I would
short
take
film.
Yeah, I will take that over this film any day. I'll just say that right away. And then, of
Okay.
course, you hear a whisper, Jonathan Chance, and then, the lights come out and
The
they're both on the
messianic
stage.
figure of
And
Kilroy
Tommy
is
grabs the
basically
guitar like he's gonna Kilroy. Like, oh, God.
And they have to still kill Roy from the World War II. Come on,
Mhm.
man.
Yeah.
Can
And,
you come up with someone original?
Nope.
I mean, so we get to the theatrical part, the Broadway part of the show
Of the
where,
proceedings.
Jazz hands. Okay.
wow. Just as we said, Tommy you could just tell did not want to do this, man. That son of a bitch racist. And it's just, oh God, just terribly acted. And
Damn
however,
it.
damn it.
Well,
However,
he said they're not actors. Why the fuck are they acting?
Oh.
We're
Because
musicians.
Dennis wanted to. Dennis was loving
Yeah.
every second of it.
yeah, I mean, yeah, it's god awful. But the part where he goes, when JY did his solo, the crowd went wild, and JY comes out with the solo. That was actually kind of cool. Fine. Now we're getting to the fucking music. I mean, the solo wasn't exactly a knockout solo by any means, but it was still cool. What do you
Well,
guys
it was
think of that solo?
basically it was a time waster so that they could change the stage over. That's what it was.
Yeah. But I mean, JY being the showman that he is, was being JY, showing off, the whole, getting the crowd in his hands, this and that. It was a decent solo. What do you think about that solo, Mark? I mean, nothing great, right?
I thought it was good because it was getting out of that cheesy acting of finally something to cling on to. I go, fuck. It's like, I'm just sitting there watching it go, oh, fuck music. Thank you.
Yeah.
I didn't care what it was. It could have been fucking a harpsichord. I would have been happy.
I felt like Ace Frehley in that one clip on the Kissology DVD. Hey, look, it's rock and roll.
Oh,
All right,
man.
so let's get to the concert, man. What do you think of the concert all in all, Mark? I mean, what were some highlights of that live concert? And lowlights.
I thought the concert was great, except for Cold War. I liked Heavy Metal Poisoning, except for
The
JY
dancing.
doing that little jig. God, what the fuck is that shit? I he has dancers with him.
Kit,
My
Kit.
God, this is worse than Pat Benatar fucking dancing in that one video for
Oh, Love is a Battlefield.
Love is a
Uh-huh.
Battlefield. My God, they're not dancers. You know, you should have just shook his boobs. I don't know. God, it's great, man. Cold War sucked. And then the ending song fucking really sucked. You go through this
Oh,
album,
we'll get to that.
it's like, God damn. I played a lot of these songs when the live versions, like Come Sail Away, Crystal Ball. Some great stuff going on in this. I don't think Crystal Ball was played in this in the
It's on
movie.
the album, but not
It's
the
on the
DVD.
album. Yeah, but the album is better than the DVD. to
Oh
me.
yeah. Oh.
Yeah.
I mean, the set list
like-
on all was pretty good, except for
Yeah.
the Kilroy stuff, you know.
Well,
But,
here's the thing. Here's what's interesting, and this is the big difference. I wrote down the set lists to compare the DVD
Okay.
versus the album. It's interesting. Aside from Mr. Roboto, none of the theatrical stuff is on the album. Heavy Metal Poisoning is not on the album, and then the entire last like 20 minutes. So like Renegade wasn't included on the album because of the ending, and then the stuff after they come back onto stage. None of that's on the album, but then the songs that are on the album but aren't on the video is Babe, Sweet Madam Blue, Miss America. Some editions have Boat on the River, Fooling Yourself, and Crystal Ball. So some of their best songs are not on the DVD
right.
because they weren't because there was limited time, and they much rather would put Heavy Metal Poisoning on the DVD than putting a great version of Crystal Ball.
Well, they wanted to do the visual of that
Exactly.
concert, you know, that stuff where we don't like about it, basically.
But also think about who sings most of those songs.
True.
Dennis?
Yep. Yep.
No. Three of the songs that are on the album but aren't on the DVD, think about who sings them. Tommy. And when did this come out?
Tommy was on cocaine.
Yeah.
Tommy was out of the band.
Yeah. Oh yeah, because we'll get to that one video.
Mhm.
Yep.
That
All right,
starts
I
off the
mean-
album.
Joe, what do you think about? Did you just talk about the whole concert in your opinion? Or you
No,
did?
not yet. So
All right.
I'm of two minds. This is, even though there's some good performances on here, this is their worst live album. Even the album. I think that, especially when you compare it to what they do a decade later with Return to Paradise, which was eons above this. Every single performance on Return to Paradise eclipses the versions on this.
I can't find that on CD.
I'll send it to you. I have it.
Okay,
I'll get you a copy. They're on Discogs, like really cheap. But it's every version is better because the band is playing with much more passion on the 96 tour than they were playing here. Because again, some of them didn't even want to be there.
Well, it's also
And
called
what-
Cocaine.
and speaking of Return to Paradise, real quick, what album was not played on that tour? Any songs?
Yes.
The Roy was here.
Sure.
Yep. I
I'm
guarantee
sure that was
that was in Tommy's contract, I'm sure. To come back into the band was, we will not be playing anything off that album. But I think that there's some great performances. Snowblind on here is amazing.
Yeah.
If we're just talking about the DVD, Come Sail Away is great. The first part of Renegade's great, and then it trickles
Rock
off into
Tonight,
Rock Tonight, Paradise.
Paradise.
And then of course you get to the ending, and if you want a easy snapshot of how uncomfortable Tommy was with this entire concept, listen to him doing Haven't We Been Here Before?
Yeah.
He
And
could not,
tonight, hold me
well,
close.
not even just that. He couldn't sing with the backing track to save his life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He missed like 3 of his entrances when he's supposed to start singing, and he ends up like a beat off with the backing track because he's not used to singing with a backing track. He's used to playing the song live,
And not without a guitar in his hand either.
and
so-
without a guitar, emoting.
Yeah.
And
Not
then
his thing.
Dennis sitting there. Oh God! And then Righteous thinks it's over, and then hands him the guitar, and Tommy acting like he doesn't know how to play a guitar for a minute and a
Lights
half.
up, the lighted guitar.
And then, like Jerry and I talked about last week, Tommy having this in the lyrics, "I am the modern man with this guitar in hand."
So horrible.
And then the whole stupid 50s thing at the end.
That fucking sucked.
It's dumb.
That really sucked.
And it's far from their best performances live. I think, like I said, all the songs, like aside from the Kilroy Was Here songs, all of these songs were played on Return to Paradise, and they all sound better on Return to Paradise.
But the thing is, look at the audience when they're acting.
Oh, the audience doesn't give a shit.
They don't. They're like out of it.
There's a couple girls screaming whenever Tommy says something.
Yeah, because
that's about it.
Yeah, but
no, that's why. That's 100% why.
I'm just saying the audience isn't into it, but when they start playing, they're like up and jamming, and then when they go back to the acting, they're like
everybody sits down.
Everybody sits down.
Yep.
I feel sorry for that audience, man. I feel sorry for them.
Well, actually, it would have been kind of cool to see it now. In hindsight, back then, I probably would have went to it if I could. So never came to Cincinnati. I mean, it was only like they lost so much money. They were only doing theaters. And, where they were literally selling out stadiums on the last tour. You know what I mean?
Now imagine if they would have done that in a stadium. There would have been riots.
Yeah.
They did.
And there was
the Cotton Bowl.
And Jerry, I that was a point I wanted to bring up was they picked the wrong tour to put out a live album.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Pieces of Eight.
Here's the thing. Oh no. You look at the set list from the previous tour, that would have been an amazing live album. You put out a live album on the Paradise Theater tour, they were pulling out deep cuts. They were still playing Great White Hope. They were doing Halfpenny, Two Penny. They were doing so many amazing songs on the Paradise Theater tour that if this would have been a double live album from the Paradise Theater tour, it would have been one of my favorite live albums of all time. And instead, it's just this random live album that nobody ever talks about anymore, unless they're talking about this.
Or doing Heavy Water 77.
Or doing Heavy Water 77.
What are you going to say, Mark?
I'm just saying, man, they should have released all their 70s. I wonder if they have this stuff like Kiss has the soundboard stuff, and they could go back and release this stuff.
I mean, they could. I mean, you look on YouTube. There's like the Capitol Center show from the Pieces of Eight tour. They have Winterland footage. I guarantee you it's in there. It's just Styx is not a band like Kiss where people will just rabidly buy it.
I think they would now.
I don't think they would.
I would.
I don't think it would make money, and that's why they haven't done it.
I have a few 70s live CDs from Styx. I'll send it. I'll put it on Dropbox for you guys.
Oh, cool. Yeah, I'd love to have that.
Is it like the bootlegs?
Yeah, probably.
Because I have an ABC bootleg of Rush, doing like some song that they never.
It would be cool if they would do it as like a concert exclusive, like they'd press like a couple thousand of them, just sell them at the concerts. That would be cool.
That'd be cool.
I actually just picked up Styx World.
Yeah, I saw you got that one.
And that's a pretty good show.
You know, it's pretty good with the children's choir. I like that.
Yeah, the CYO.
Oh, that's so good.
Yeah, one with everything. That's a pretty good one. And then, of course, the Pieces of Eight Grand Illusion one with.
I still need to get that on DVD.
That's amazing.
I'm hoping to release it on Blu-ray, but they probably won't.
No. Again, like I said, Styx is one of those bands that they're just not gonna do that.
Fucking Kiss doesn't release anything on Blu-ray either.
That's because Kiss ran out of stuff with Kissology. There's supposed to be more Kissologies, and then people stopped buying them.
Yeah.
There's not a market for some of this stuff. There is a market for like the CDs and stuff. There's not a market for the.
Can I say something?
Sure.
Off topic. Now that Ace died, Kiss is going to start marketing old stuff with Ace.
Well, they already have. I mean, there's multiple off the soundboards. They've been doing those giant box sets. They're doing that box set for Dress to Kill, which I'm definitely going to download illegally because I'm not paying $400 for that.
$400?
It's $400 because you know how Kiss does those giant box sets where like it's like 4 CDs, but they're charging like $300 for it.
Dude, my moving pictures box set was only like under $300.
Oh yeah,
and it came with a lot of shit.
Those giant Metallica box sets I have were like $200 max for like 20 CDs. Man. There's like 20.
Is that what a Barchetta is? A car?
Yeah, it's a car. It's
I never knew that.
I got a red. This was in the box set. And I got Neil Pearce. I got Neil Pearce drumsticks. I got
I know the song. Oh, okay.
pics.
Well, yeah, duh. Makes sense.
I got pics
Anyway,
by Betty and Alex. It's fucking cool.
what do I
Yeah.
think about the concert? I mean, it had its moments. I mean, I did enjoy because it was the first time you see the band live on video.
Mhm.
I mean, they had its. I actually didn't mind the version of Cold War. I love the solo at the end when Tommy walks out in the audience and starts doing that solo. I kind of
The
like that. I don't like
solo's great.
yeah, I don't like the version on the Kill Roll is here. We talked about that last week, but
Boo boo.
yeah, I
boo,
mean,
boo.
it had great moments. It had Renegade was good up until a point, and then
The first half of Renegade.
when they charge the stage and arrest everybody or whatever, yeah, that was something different. But I love the Best of Times. I love that version of it. Blue Collar. Yeah, Tommy's songs I thought were pretty good.
Yeah.
His voice sounded a little bit tired, I think.
All of them kind of did. Even Dennis's voice sounded a little rough.
It's called cocaine.
Yeah, pretty much. Unfortunately, it could. But yeah, I thought it was decent. I would take Return to Paradise any day over this. But you know what? It's good to go back and watch every now and then for shits and giggles, man. That's what I do
it's
too.
good for a laugh, I'll tell you.
So
Yeah.
who was this girlfriend from the Exorcist?
Linda Blair?
Yeah, she like left Tommy because of the drug use.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. All right, so let's um I don't know. So as far what would you rate this out of 5, Mark? Or how many whiskey shots would you give this, man?
2.5 out of 2.5 because the live stuff is really good. It's the acting that kills me. I really do like this live album. It's really good. They don't do a lot of the schlock on here that they do on the video. And I
We'll
played
talk
a lot
about
of
that
these
next.
on my radio show, and people
Yeah.
like the versions I played on here. So
What do you think about the video, Joe?
2 out of 5. It's good for some laughs, and there's a couple good versions of songs, but overall, just the band. This is not a good point in the band's career personally for them, and like
Professionally.
Tommy was drug use and didn't want to be there. His voice was rough. JY sounded like JY, so you got to give him that. Dennis even sounded rough in some points. Like listening to some of the versions of Dennis songs, far from the best versions.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I would give it, like a 5 out of 10, maybe. I don't know. I did like some of the live performances, but yeah, the theater stuff is very cringeworthy, man. So, but if you like it, good for you. I know we're probably gonna get ripped by Styx fans when they find out we're not really liking this.
I think
Matter of
Styx
fact-
fans will be okay with it because they'll understand.
Yeah, I put something on Styx World today saying, "What do you guys think about this?" And they're all loving it. Say, "This is my favorite." I'm like, "Oh shit, we're gonna get ripped apart."
Crap.
But so let's move on to the album. It actually starts out with a studio track.
Boy, does it.
Tommy
Oh,
wasn't
music.
there.
Called Music Time. Mark, what do you got on Music Time, dude? Real
Oh my
quick
God,
before
I
we
got my
continue.
whole little notes on this song.
Oh no.
Okay, music time. You could tell Tommy wasn't in the video. It's probably already long gone by then. But fuck, the video is cheesy as fuck. But I will say, this song would be good as a Dennis DeYoung solo track. This song is
Ooh.
way too cheesy for Styx. You could see Dennis turning. You could see people turning on Dennis in the band because of this one song.
Yeah,
Just say-
Tommy was in the video for 0.5 seconds.
It's
Exactly.
like
And it was an old
He
film.
waved.
It was an
could
old
see
film.
how
He's like
De-
waving
you
goodbye.
You could see how Dennis was trying to turn Styx into a pop band. My God, this is stuffing. This is not Styx. They aren't like electronic drums. I think it's electronic drums on this shit.
Oh yeah.
It's like Depeche Mode Devo. It's like, this isn't fucking my Styx. I would like it if Dennis did it solo. I would say it was cool. But the lyrics are cheesy as I like TV. I go, what the fuck is I like big things, the boobs, and I go.
The size of them impresses me.
I do like big boobs, but you don't have to sing about them. You can sing about big butts all you want. It's fine.
Yeah.
But
And the way
I
it was
just go-
filmed, the way the video was filmed was like, every little half frame was taken out the way it was filmed, that stop
It
motion.
looked like it was a Weird Al video, but a Weird Al video
Yeah.
would have actually been creative.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm thinking this would have been great, better than Desert Moon.
Hey, that's coming up
food.
sooner than later,
Hey,
actually.
you should get me on that episode, but you got to do it later in the day.
That's probably the
Hey,
next
man.
episode we're doing.
Could be.
Get me
Yep.
on,
As
get
it
me
should
on
be.
that. I bought the CD. I got the CD somewhere.
But yeah, I mean, what do you got on music time, Joe? I have to ask what your opinions are. I know what they are, but let's hear them.
This song is one of the worst things ever put on tape by any band ever. It is not a Styx song. It's not even a Dennis DeYoung song. Dennis DeYoung solo songs are better than this. I don't know what this is. I don't know what he was thinking. And I say he because the rest of the band had nothing to do with this. It is garbage. And then if you think it can't get worse, then you watch the video. Those dumb aliens in their telescope. Hey, everybody, it's music time.
Oh, yeah.
Dennis DeYoung in a kinky dog costume on his knees
With
in
a
front
girl.
of a dominatrix with a whip and a little girl in a pink dress.
You know, this would have been
That's all I gotta say.
This would have been
What?
a great Oingo Boingo song. It's kind of up their alley, but not Styx.
I mean, you're right there. It does sound like an Oingo Boingo song.
It does.
And I do not mean that in a good way.
I know you don't.
I'm
And I
kind of
don't
curious.
know.
What,
This
the
would
thing
be
is,
one of the worst
think,
Oingo Boingo songs.
I
Yeah.
think Danny Elfman would at least have a little bit more integrity than to write this shit.
That's what I was saying. It'd be like the worst Oingo Boingo song.
It's the, and then you have like literally Tommy's in the video for 0.5 seconds waving goodbye at the rest of the band in a freaking parka and a hat.
that was an old video footage.
The
That wasn't actually live. That was video from some time ago. Yeah.
The thing of him waving, I think, was recorded at that time.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
I thought he was gone by then.
No, I think because it was his. Yeah, I think that was recorded then. Because he was waving the little S flag with the rest of them were waving and stuff.
I thought that was from a while back. I could be wrong. You know more than I do, so I'll trust you.
I think that was recorded then, but that was literally the last thing he ever did with the band.
But what about the part where they pull up the thing and it's each head of the band?
He wasn't on that.
I know he wasn't on that. But I was like,
and then John sits there and
cheesy.
looks at himself.
Yeah. He's like,
oh, God.
Look, JY and Chuck have always been whatever Dennis wants to do, but JY had to have, Chuck and John. I mean, JY had to have been, I don't know.
JY looked like he wanted to strangle somebody.
Yeah.
well,
And I don't think JY.
Dennis
I don't
isn't
think
back in the band.
I don't think James got into the drugs or drinking. I'm sure he probably did during this period if he did, but I don't think he was big on that. But I could be wrong. I don't know. But yeah, music time, absolute terrible song. And I want to tell you, this really fucking hurts to bash one of my favorite bands, but in my opinion, this song is a what do you call it? A good reason to bash them because it's a terrible song. And we talked about Kira was here. How Dennis has got to add little keyboard bits to every fucking song. And the ding ding, I like big things. The ding ding, you got to add keyboards to every 2 seconds of a song, like a Kira was here. You know, Cold War. Din, 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 din. It's just too much Dennis, in my opinion. And this song is the accumulation of too much Dennis, in my opinion. It's just not very good. And in the video, wow. Let me go back a minute. When we talked about how much I liked the video back then, I never liked this song back then when I got it. I always thought that song sucked. And so it isn't like it didn't age bad with me. It's actually gotten worse, actually, in my opinion. It's a joke. It really is. It's a joke I think that even the real deep hard Styx fans will at least understand our view on that song. So
I'm just gonna say I've never bought Kilroy Was Here album or anything back in the day. I got this because it was like $5 unopened at a thrift store. And I'm not gonna go $5 for a Styx record unopened.
Yeah.
Of course I could. And I do like the live songs on this album, but I'm going music time.
The worst thing that they could have ever done was put that as track 1.
Yes.
They should have buried that at the end of the album.
Should have buried it at the end of the album. I'm like,
right.
Say what you want, but open the album with Mr.
That was at
Roboto.
a time where people put extra songs on their live albums, and like
Yeah.
Billy Joel did "You're Only Human" and stuff like
But
that.
not at the beginning.
Yeah, it's stupid.
It's a weird spot for it.
Nobody does.
Yeah, they learned that during
I
Return
think
to
that's what
Paradise.
tanked the album.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Return to Paradise added them at the end, I think. Dear John and what was the other song? I can't remember.
Hold
All
on.
the Way or something like that. I can't remember.
It's that one's weird too. I think those are at the beginning.
Are they?
Yeah.
Maybe they are. Okay.
Okay. So they have two songs at the beginning and then one at the end.
Okay.
You have On My Way and Paradise open the album.
That's it.
And then Dear John ends the album.
Okay.
I almost bought that CD at Walmart when it first came out, and
It's a good
bought
CD.
two
It's a
of
good
them.
concert.
I need that concert. I love
It's one of the few times where a band actually put out a video and a CD and actually included all of the tracks on both.
Can I give you guys like a little thing on Styx?
Sure, go ahead.
When Brave New World came out, I bought that CD and I hated it. And I traded it to somebody for another CD. And then I heard it years later. Why the fuck did I hate this CD?
That's a good fucking album.
crazy.
I still need to pick that up. I don't have it on CD.
I had it, dude, and I traded it because I go, this is not this is different. This isn't Styx. And then years later, I love Everything Is Cool. I love the song Brave New World. I'm liking all the. I go, what the fuck was wrong with me? This album rules.
The song Heavy Water is fucking awesome. I mean,
oh fuck yeah.
We named our podcast after it, so it's got to be awesome, right?
It's a great fucking song. That album is fucking amazing, by the way. And I fucking feel stupid for not getting it the first time I heard it.
You can get them pretty cheap on eBay for like $7 or $8. Not that much, really,
good.
if you want it.
I got it on digital. I'm trying not to spend too much money.
No, I hear
basically, I probably want to sell this place because I'm tired of the fucking management here. But
Fair.
So what do you got on the songs on this album, Mark? You got any favorites? Anything that stands out for you?
Let me quickly go over again. We can talk about the ones that weren't on the video, which was Babe, Sweet Madam Blue, Miss America. Some versions, like I said, had Boat on the River, Fooling Yourself, and Crystal Ball. Those were the 5 or 6 that weren't on the video. Because the ones on the, I'm pretty sure the ones on the on that were on the video, it's the same recording. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, it's Sweet Madam Blue, Best of Times, Snowblind, fucking great. Blue Collar Nights, Long Nights, Fooling Yourself is great, which wasn't on the video, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Fucking great. Like Crystal Ball is always amazing. Come Sail Away was there, which was great. I was watching this with my roommate, and she goes, "Why are they like acting?" I don't know. They're just not playing. And I was complaining during the thing. I go, "What the? Where's the band? Is this fucking tapes?" I was like, "Oh, where the fuck is the band at?" Yeah. You know, and Tommy Shaw makes sure that it's 100% them on stage now. I guess that's what pissed him off back then. They were doing tapes. He's going, "This is fucked up. I need a guitar, bitch."
And like I said on Kilroy, to their credit, I mean, 70s bands, when they got in the 80s, went to outside writers. At least they stayed in-house with their songwriting. I mean, and necessarily good. Maybe they should have gotten some outside writing for Kilroy was here, but give them credit for at least staying in-house with the writing. Anyway, Jay, what's so cool about this album, dude?
So just quickly going through the songs that weren't on the video. Babe, for as much as I think it's a meh song, is a really meh version of it. It doesn't really sound that great live on this album, in my opinion. Sweet Madam Blue, and this hurts because that's one of my favorite Styx songs. I don't think it's a good version of that song. I think that the Return to Paradise version is miles better than the version on this album. But I will say the version of Miss America on this album is great. It was actually released as a single, I believe, and it's on one of the greatest hits albums, the live version. And then Fooling Yourself and Crystal Ball both sound great, even though Tommy is a little bit, you can tell his voice isn't 100%. They still sound great. Crystal Ball, especially, the version on this album is amazing of Crystal Ball. Really great version of Crystal Ball on here. But yeah, just the songs that weren't on the video. The ones that are on the video, I already kind of talked about what I think about them. Snowblind's good. Best of Times is good. Come Sail Away is good. But other than that, I think it's a pretty weak album overall. I think that, like I said, everything that was on this album sounds better on Return to Paradise.
My biggest problem with this is who decided the song order?
Yeah.
Probably
It's
Dennis.
so messed up.
All right, you got Snowblind, right? They're doing Snowblind, right? The next song is the best of times, right? But what's the first thing Dennis saying? The best of times. We're going to go back to the Paradise Theater album. You were just there with Snowblind.
Well, it's one of those albums that, and I hate live albums like this, that it fades out between every song,
Yeah,
and it's like not in the actual concert order at all, and it's
yeah.
just I hate
It
that.
is
I hate live
it is
albums like that.
all over the place in my opinion as far as the order of the songs. I don't get that.
Hmm.
It's much better on the live version in my opinion.
Yeah.
But go ahead and read us the set list in order if you don't mind, Joe, for that. If you
In
don't mind.
order of what was played on the tour.
What actually played on the tour.
Okay. Yeah. Let me grab that real quick. You can vamp for a second while I grab that.
All right. So what was your first concert, Mark, with Styx? How many times have you seen them?
I don't know, a lot of lately. I think the 2001 with Journey and Artist
Oh yeah.
Speedwagon. I got the ticket stub around here somewhere, but that was a great show, dude. And I've seen them so many times after that. And every time they come around, like Night Ranger, I want to go see them because
Yeah, me too.
they always
Yeah.
give me my money's worth.
Yeah. Live, you're not going to be let down, that's for sure. Yeah.
Okay.
Go ahead,
So
Joe.
this is interesting, and I never do this. Okay, so here's the order: the short film, Mr. Roboto, Rockin' the Paradise, Blue Collar Man. Uh, that is in order on the DVD. Then they had Babe and Snowblind, Fooling Yourself and Babe, which were not on the DVD. Then it was Snowblind, Too Much Time on My Hands, Don't Let It End, Heavy Metal Poisoning, which is all the correct order on the DVD. Crystal Ball, Boat on the River, Sweet Madam Blue, and Miss America, none of which are on the DVD. Cold War, which they act like on the DVD, they kind of act like that directly followed Heavy Metal Poisoning because he talks about that
Yeah.
Dr. Righteous and all that. There was 4 songs between it at the actual concert.
Right.
And then Best of Times, Come Sail Away, Renegade, Haven't We Been Here Before, Don't Let It End, reprise. So the concert order is correct on the video. They just pulled the songs out.
Got it.
So everything that is on the video was played in that order. They pulled the songs out that they cut. So
Right.
that just shows you how messed up the record is, because they got Mr. Roboto, Too Much Time on My Hands, so they move Rockin' the Paradise to side 3. They move Blue Collar Man to side 3. They have Babe coming before Too Much Time. Babe happened before Too Much Time on Your Hands at the concert, but it's after it on the vinyl.
Yeah.
Same thing with Snowblind. And then they moved Don't Let It End to side 3. They moved Best of Times way up to side 2. That was one of the last songs at the concert. Sweet Madam Blue, same thing. They just wrecked the order of the set list on the vinyl. It is all over the place. Literally, the only thing that is correct is Mr. Roboto was the first song, and of the songs that are featured on here, Come Sail Away was the last song. That's it. Everything else is just completely in the wrong order.
Yeah. I mean, I don't understand that. Why do that? I mean, why keep them somewhat the same on the vinyl? Or the record. I don't get it. I don't.
Yeah.
The way that album was pieced together, I thought was just
Well,
awful.
they're trying to
So,
do a rock opera Broadway show.
I'm talking about the album,
because,
dude.
No,
It's
because
like,
this is in the right order.
Yeah.
The DVD is in the correct order. They just pulled songs out. They just cut some songs out. The album itself is just completely in the wrong order. Like, it makes no sense as to how they ordered this the way that they did. I guess it had to do with probably time constraints on the album. But even then, like you said, the whole thing with 2 songs from Paradise Theater in a row, and then they act like they haven't played a song from Paradise Theater in like 20 songs, because on the concert they hadn't. But on the album, the previous song was from Paradise Theater.
yeah. Yeah.
It's a mess.
And they cut out 2 great Tommy songs, Crystal Ball and Renegade, off that, which was nice. It was nice to see them on the video because I thought they were pretty cool, except for the end of Renegade, of course.
Well,
but,
no, Crystal Ball's on the album, but not on the video.
That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, I got them reversed,
Yeah.
I guess. But
Yeah.
Crystal Ball, I agree with you, man. It's fantastic on this. when he sings "Fooling Yourself," you can tell his voice is kind
Yeah.
of really, he's trying to reach to sing that song. It was definitely, it could be why they didn't put it in the video or something. I don't know, but yeah, you can definitely tell there was some fatigue. Not so much physical, but probably a lot of mental fatigue for those guys, except for Dennis, of course. But yeah, those you can tell Tommy and JOA, like we said, just did not want any piece of this, and it's part of Styx 3 now, unfortunately. But that was pretty much the end until 1996 of Tommy Shaw. Of course, Tommy went on to do some pretty good solo albums and Damn Yankees, Shaws and Blade.
Well,
Is that
he
about
came
it? What
back
else did
and
he do?
did the lady on the greatest hits, and
That's true. That's when he
90,
first came back.
95.
95,
95.
yeah.
Okay. But are any last words on this album, Mark?
I like the live album. I think it's good, but like Joseph said, it's not their best live album, but it's pretty decent. I won't skip it in their whatever Styx
Yeah.
aura, but fuck, they got a lot of like the Paradise one. That Return to Paradise is
Return to
really
Paradise, yeah.
good. And I never bought that. Send me that, Joseph, because I love that. I've been looking for that forever, and I couldn't illegally download it because nobody put it up.
I'll send it to you.
So what?
Yeah.
So what's your final verdict on the live album, dude?
It, like I said, they've made a lot better, and I wish they would have put one out prior to this. It's sad that this was their first live album at a point when they were so fractured as a band. If they would have literally, I don't know about the Cornerstone tour, but if they would have put it out on the Grand Illusion tour or Pieces of Eight tour or Paradise Theater tour, that would have been much better albums than this. And I think that, like you said, the track order doesn't do it any justice. Some of the versions aren't that good. And then just stuff that they left off of one or the other, it was kind of pick and choose. It just in general, I think this was a failed project, and you could tell that the public really didn't have that much interest in it because it was the first Styx album in over a decade, or almost a decade, not to do anything.
Yeah, I agree with you guys. It was definitely very underwhelming. Like as I said before, when I was young, 13, 12, 13, I thought it was pretty cool, but just does not age well. I mean, and you're right. I wish they would have done something in the 70s because everybody did live albums in the 70s, man. Fucking Foghat, all those bands did. It would have been cool to see like a Grand Illusion or Pieces of Eight, live album.
I'll tell you what, though, that might have been an A&M Records thing that they weren't, because Nazareth's first live album didn't come out until 82.
A&M
Oh,
Records
wow.
is horrible.
A&M must have just been weird about that stuff
If you were
because,
the Police or Oingo Boingo, you weren't taken care of.
yeah, the Police never had a live album out in the 80s until they broke up. So, like, I think A&M just didn't. A&M was not good with that stuff. So
Yeah.
that actually makes sense now, because think about Nazareth had been around since the early 70s and put out like 14 studio albums, never had a live album until
Yeah.
81.
No, A&M was weird on that because Oingo Boingo didn't get a live album until like they went to MCA. So
Yeah.
Interesting stuff there. That's good stuff. But anyway, that is our talking points of the Cottony Act video and album. Mark, thank you for joining us, dude. What do you got going on for yourself, man? How was Judas Priest, man?
Judas Priest and Alice Cooper, fucking amazing. He did Brutal Planet. I got the video. It will be up on Freeform coming
Cool.
up. And I was really disappointed. Friday concert I went to with Richie Kotzen and John Five. Ace Frehley died on Thursday, and they didn't say one fucking damn word about fucking Ace Frehley. And that was fucking bull shit, because John Five has a fucking Kiss museum in his fucking
All right.
house. What the fuck is up with that? They didn't say anything about Ace. And I'm a huge Ace fan, not a huge Kiss fan. I was pissed off when I saw that show. They didn't say one word about them. And they say Kiss is one of their hugest influence. Ace Frehley is one of their hugest influence. But when I went to fucking COC, said this song Albatross is dedicated to the great Ace Frehley. We wouldn't be here without Ace. And I was like, fuck yeah, fucking COC. And then before Alice Cooper came out, the songs they played before? Alice Cooper played all Ace. Everything. Like, New York groove, everything's
Well,
all Ace.
the
Fuck
artists
me.
don't control that.
Yeah.
It's
They don't
whoever's
control
running the
the-
sound. It's whoever's running the soundboard.
Well, fucking they played fucking
Yeah,
all
which
Ace.
is great.
Judas Priest did Giants in the Sky, and they did a tribute to Ozzy, but they didn't say anything about Ace though.
Yeah.
So it was a
But
cool
we here at
fucking
Heavy
show.
Water are saddened by the death of the great Ace Frehley, because when it happened that day, we did a video. We actually were doing our show called the BS Sessions Thursday nights at 8 p.m. Central, and me and Joe we're trying to do our best. We're doing a top 11 Hitchcock movies. It was just so hard to do anything because I was trying to hold back tears wearing my sunglasses. It was still, hitting me hard. It still does today. I'm getting there. I'm starting to accept it now, but there's always going to be a hole in my heart. That's like Ozzy passing away. Yeah, Ace, man, thank you for all your great music, dude. I mean, even Brit Floyd did a tribute to Ace Frehley, which is weird because the Pink Floyd tribute band doing a tribute to Ace.
I was just so surprised that John 5 didn't say one word.
Yeah,
about
that is
Yeah.
Well, especially since he was talking about him in the news over the weekend.
Yeah.
I don't know.
He did a Motley Crue fucking thing.
Oh God, really? Instead of an Ace,
He had
really?
people sing. He went dun 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 dun.
Oh.
He did like a fucking instrumental medley of Motley Crue songs.
Bleh.
Well, it's
All
better
right,
if
Joe,
Vince wasn't singing.
Yeah.
Final thought. That's true. Final thoughts, Joe, man.
Yeah, no, thank you, Mark, so much for coming on our show. We've been wanting to get guests on, and when Mark said he was free today, we were like, yes, come on. We'll talk about Caught in the Act. So thank you so much for coming on. It's going to be an interesting time period now because we're going to be getting into some solo albums now. I'm excited to talk about some of these albums. Maybe if people haven't heard some of this stuff yet, this is a good chance for people to check out some albums. So really excited for that. But yeah, no, thank you for, again, all of the support that we've gotten so far from everybody, the likes and the shares and the comments. We really appreciate it. We'd love to hear, especially people that saw this tour or bought this album or video back in the day, what you thought of it, what you thought of some of the music videos that were coming out. I'd love to hear what people have to say about that.
Just remember, Ambition, Tommy Shaw, you guys got to do a night thing for that.
Oh, we'll be doing everything. We'll be doing Blades and Shaw.
But no, I'm saying I need to be on the Ambition or the Damn Yankees episode.
That's fine.
I'm not pushing my will on you guys. You could say fuck you, Mark, whatever. But I love
you can come on and fuck you, Mark. How about that? So.
Yeah. Just say fuck you, Mark. I want to do Ambition and fucking the Jam Yankees. I called.
Yeah, pretty much what Joe said. Thank you all for watching, subscribing, all that good stuff. And we're booking right through this Styx discography now. We only got a handful of studio albums from Styx to review, and then we start doing we're gonna be doing the solo albums probably next, but then gonna be branching out to their side projects. I don't think we're going to be doing Dennis's Hunchback of Notre Dame. I don't know. We might talk about it, maybe. I don't know, but we said we do everything.
Please don't make me sit through that. Please.
We said we do everything now. Oh no, yeah,
Jerry, we already had to sit through this. It's basically the same thing.
All right, guys, y'all take care. Thanks for being on, Mark. See you soon. Bye bye.
Check your message.